previous episode of What the Hell Was That? We reviewed the visions that you had from the altar that was in the middle of the Magic Wild jungle. Yotur, your crystal ended up turning into a jewel of 3 prayers from your goddess Ayun. As she told you that she was they were fighting off all of the horrors that were trying to get past the threshold into this current world. And then she said that they were doing fine, but she did ask you if you wanted to come home to help. If not, you could stay. And when you chose to stay, she turned your pendant into the jewel of 3 prayers for you to have. Vilgax, you did remember seeing, kind of going between episode 11 and 12, you ended up seeing Vilgax in your quote-unquote vision. You guys were messing around, playing around, and when you stabbed him, you actually felt the same piercing pain right where you stabbed him in your chest as well, which you gathered somehow you guys are different but the same. It seemed maybe he was your imaginary friend that wasn't so imaginary back when you were a child. So yeah, that's where you're at with that.
Did you mean Romex?
Romex, excuse me.
Okay.
So any damage that he took that you gave him, you took vice versa. So that is something you're going to have to play through. And Grim, you ended up seeing your long-lost, dead general from back in the day with a horde of an undead army with what looked to be a phylactery heart in his hand, speaking into it, of which you heard the voice, and that was yours. Yotur, you actually saw a lot of the atrocities that happened across this southern islands with the Fallen and kind of the wars that took place back in the day with them down here in the islands. And you ended up cracking the altar, and out came from underneath, it seems, a hag of sorts, which you guys were able to identify being a dusk hag, which can manipulate visions and dreams of sorts, which made you guys believe and think that whatever you saw may or may not be true. What was true, what was not, is for you guys to find out now. So you ended up having a fight with the dusk hag and some will-o-wisps that dragged out a little bit. You did end up prevailing in the end by Yotur's cool thingamabob on top of the stairs that ended up killing the hag as it tried to run away. And after that, you guys decided to take a rest because you guys were a bit beat up. And when on the very last watch session, you had heard rustling off into the distance. It ended up being a very, very large army scout party with the leader being, now I gotta remember his name off the top of my head. Where is he?
Some dickbag.
I remember Vilgax immediately talking a bunch of shit and getting hit.
He did.
Yeah, you know what? It all worked out, didn't it? Now we're running the fucking show.
Oh darn! Oh yeah, Visor and Tyleria, Grim, you recognize Tyleria from giving you the package before. You guys had a scrum between Visor and Vilgax, and Vilgax got stabbed quite a bit and taken down, and he got some hits in.
See, you say conflict, and I never did a strike. I never did an attack.
Yeah, you were just running your mouth as you usually do. It did come back when you guys did finally get to the camp that was surrounded with lots of soldiers of sorts. You ended up seeing a purple-haired woman talking to Vincent and Magnali. Pretty sure that was her. Yeah, Magnali, which were sitting at a kind of a table of sorts, like looking through some papers, and she talked in a bit of a British accent, if you will. Was talking to them about an old party her old party that seemed to have vanished in a yellow fog of sorts, and she's been searching for them because her town that she currently lived in was on fire and basically ruined.
Yeah, so we don't own a tavern anymore. Thanks for that.
Well, if your town's on fire, you don't have to worry about it getting cold.
So Ket, her name was Ket. Ket is here searching for a party that you guys have met, and then Grim ended up.
I just have the
seeing-
best fucking idea. Sorry. Go ahead.
You're good. Grim, your long lost general Dak, is alive and seemingly well, but old. Here at the
Well,
camp.
also, I rolled 20 for insight to see if I thought he was the real Dak and everything was fine. And it
Correct.
seemed to be fine.
Correct. All things seem to be fine with Dak being here. So what you do from there is yours. And a couple other things. Ket was talking to Rom kind of about the big party again that she's searching for. Valistar's burned to the ground. He was looking for a person, a detective of sorts with an automaton named Shepard. But she found Shepard but couldn't find Goraquill, so she's also looking for a Goraquill because that was the last known person to have talked to her party. He was investigating the horrors of the universe, etc., etc. She
Quick
actually gave the
question
names.
about Shepard. Is that Shepard from Normandy?
No. But sure, we can make that. She actually gave you the party names.
Mass Effect
Cash,
reference.
right? The party's names were Cash, Steve, Svartal, and Illyria, which seemed to have vanished, stolen, with the man in yellow. She's asking, she's hoped they're out there somewhere. I hope they can be rescued without the fear of the universe. Maybe at doomed. You guys did hand in your weapons at the front,
Well, kind of.
sort of.
Not me.
Most of you did.
Not my deadly ones.
Oh yeah. So
I still have my book, my arm blades.
one last thing pertaining to Dak. He's very old. He's got scars and burns everywhere, but does seem to be intact. Grim, your insight did show. I mean, you don't see anything as far as undead. When he was talking to the general, and yeah. So we are. Anybody have questions on anything of that? Anything I forgot you guys can remember before we start?
No. Can we talk player motivations for a second? Oh, fuck.
Sure.
That's chili dog on the floor. So...
You're having a lot of trouble with that fucking chili.
Dude,
dog.
my life is a struggle today.
Yeah, I could tell.
Okay, but yeah, anyways, there's no chili dog on the floor anymore. We're good. But, so, right now, Vilgax is wondering, what the fuck, Chuck, with Grim? Because he's like, I have this undead hand. It's because I was killed by everybody else who was killed. And it's like, everybody else is alive. And this guy's clearly not dead. What the fuck are you talking about? Maybe he's lying to us this whole time. And also, Yotur, you got some weird shit going on with you.
Seems like it.
Did I forget anything? Did I forget something from you, Yotur, from last session that you remember? I don't remember.
I think you hit everything.
Okay. Yes. Got yours.
But I know as soon as we start, I want to ask Dak about my fucking hand.
So, as we start today's episode of I Thought You Were Undead, we'll take you back to the outpost where Vilgax is currently in the back getting his wounds cured by the medic.
I'm pretty sus about this medic, too. After everything that happened.
Feel free to give me an insight on her if you would. But as I set it up, Yotur, you're kind of like just in the middle of a room with a whole bunch of people around, like talking, guards doing this. Vincent and McNally are still sitting at the table, kind of going over documents. You're just kind of in the middle of the room by yourself, talking to this little wall isn't here. This is just one big room. We're going to go with that because I don't have a perfect map. Because Ket took Rom kind of over to the corner in the other room, speaking to him. Grim, you wanted to talk to Dak, so you were basically in the room, and you wanted to go do something for that. Sweet.
That was a good idea I had.
You have no idea who Illyria even is.
Oh, you're right. Never mind.
So that's where we currently are at. What would you guys like to do from here? You guys have free time as of right now, as we set up, as you're in the camp, as all of that just happened.
Well, Grim, of course, is going to approach Dak and kind of be like, well, so since the last time I saw you, I've been going through some changes. And then kind of show my hand to him and be like, do you know anything about this?
Are you pulling out your hand in front of everybody right now?
I'm trying to hide it from everybody else, just kind of show Dak discreetly.
Okay, because right now you're in the vision of like Vincent McNally, and they're all there.
Well,
So
then
if you
pulling out my hand may have to wait for a separate private room.
So
like,
as
I
you
think that's why we were both up in here.
Hand
Right,
jobs
so
are
it-
best in private.
so you can take Dak, and Dak nods his head and says, "Hey, we need to talk." So you guys can take you up here. Before we get to that conversation, I want to make sure if Yotur, what are you doing right now?
Let's see. Aram is talking to that person.
Yep, with the purple hair.
Yep. Grim is talking to Dak. Where is Vilgax again?
Vilgax was taken off by the medic to like somewhere else
Upper
in the
left.
camp to get his wounds that he so effortlessly earned healed.
Right. Yoda, I think probably is just gonna like third wheel with Rom.
All right. So as Yoda kind of walks out and you look to the left, you kind of see the girl in the purple hair talking to Rom, and you kind of like walk yourself over. Grim. Actually, hold on. Before we get to Grim, Rom, you were talking to Ket as she just spoke to you about a party that she's been looking for, as well as a man named Goraquil that was the last person to know talking to this party that she lost. And she explains to you that's why she's here, and she's wondering if you guys would be able to help. As you guys are level 8 now, your historic, I wouldn't say historic, your essence has kind of spread throughout the islands a bit so far.
You're spreading our essence everywhere.
You're a ragtag. You're a ragtag group of people that have done some good things and some bad things. So that's what she's speaking to you, Ram, about this party, and she's wondering if you've heard of anything or seen anything or anything like that.
So yeah. What was their names?
Well, their names were Cash, Steve, Svartal, and Illyria. And we had a tavern in Valister, and now my tavern's gone. And I need my party. And
She's calling it her tavern, that bitch.
And there's Peter. Oh, are you there? Did we lose you again? Did I lose him? Can anybody else hear him?
I had nothing.
Nada.
Yeah.
How about now?
I can hear Peter's fan now.
That's
There we go. There you are.
Kind of.
Sort of, kind of.
sorry, messing with my settings. I don't know, for some reason it's being weird.
Aha.
Hold on. Can you am I good?
Yes.
I can hear you.
Go for Rom.
Go for Rom.
Why is my video being stupid?
I mean, it looks normally.
Do it? Well, that's good. Where were we?
Just go with it. There's always technical difficulty. Everything sucks.
Right. So Ket's asking you if you've heard of a famous venturing party named the Motley Rune Bears, that named Cash, Steve, Svartal, and Lyria, who disappeared months ago from a man in yellow and some yellow fog, and she's looking for them. And she's also looking for Goraquil, who was the last person to know, or that she knew of, that was speaking to them.
Jesus, I forgot to mute my phone.
I've not heard of any of these Motley Rune bastards, but we have our own venturing party, right?
Yeah, I seem to. You got that one chick back there who was looking rough, and this dragonborn back there talking to Dak, who looked mortified to see him, and this orc over here that. Well, he looks like a distinguished man, so.
I mean, he kind of possibly. I wouldn't say distinguished, just very put together, right? We're all good here. You know, I I'm I know of a Goraquill. Is he's the same Goraquill you know, or
He was a dragonborn. He was like
yep?
a
Okay,
detective.
that's kind of
That kind of
douchey.
guy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
yeah.
I got you.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. He's got some, personal issues to kind of work through. So he's not here, but I'm here for him. If that makes any um if that's any consolation. So
Well, it seems to be that you guys are the best that I've got. So
unfortunately,
I guess I'm gonna tag along with you, mate, and mates, and I'm also looking for somebody else, or somebody's looking for me. I can't quite remember.
somebody's looking for. Go on.
Well, that's for another time. We
Oh,
can go.
God. Yeah, I feel like this conversation was a lot more natural the last time, like 5 minutes ago. Before,
It was.
Yeah. I just, it's traveling. I'm a little rusty on
It's
the
all good.
communication skills. So, but yeah, you're welcome to join us. I would like to hear some more about this yellow fog.
Yeah, it's the craziest shit, mate.
Yeah.
I've seen it when I've been here, when I was traveling here too, but it seems to come and dissipate and go away, but it's pretty totally fucked. And at some point I need to get back to, well, let's be real, the home that I had that I was given is gone too, so I guess I don't even know where I belong anymore.
Well, for now, you belong right where you're at. I mean, no creature truly belongs to one thing, right? And I look over at Yotur and go, right?
Yeah.
Secretly, she belongs in hell.
And she looks at you, Yotur, and says, and she kind of like looks you up and down, and, well, you're an orc. How long have you been here on the islands?
Well, I guess since I was probably a teen.
Were you born here?
Well, no. Originally, I'm from Valistar, but they didn't really take too kindly to me there. So
that's why you look familiar. Not saying that all orcs are from Valister, but
no. I've
Or
heard
they all look alike.
I've heard
Or
all orcs are
not
from
saying it.
Valister, actually.
but okay. Well, I'm sorry to inform you that our home is basically burned to the ground.
oh, when did that happen?
Oh, a few months ago.
Oh,
Oh, that's
That's,
awkward.
that's well, I hadn't been back in decades, but
Yeah,
that's
there was
troubling.
essentially, if you think about it, there was a hole to the hells that opened up, or something like that. And I just remember there being fire everywhere, and something about imps, and I basically got out of there as soon as I could when I knew that we were fucked. So
Rom's gonna like elbow Yotur and go, holes, am I right? Like,
Holes.
So the portal to oblivion opened up.
You could say the whole place went to hell.
So there was a Hellmouth from Buffy. Got it.
well, I mean, I heard Valister was very religious anyway, so like, who really needs that, you know?
it's very true. I did not belong there, which is why I was on the outskirts at the tavern.
Where are you from?
check some notes. Totally forgot if you sent me
Rattenberg.
that. Oh, that's right. Duh. I'm from Rattenberg, up in the mainlands. Here, I can kind of. Do you have a map on you by chance?
I do actually, and
Did you say the name of that town was Kvatch?
No, that's Pennsylvania, Jeff.
So you pull out this map of yours, which when you pull it out and oh, 1 second. You pull out the map and she like looks at it and she's like, where's the rest of the world?
We haven't really invented the internet here, so.
She's like, well, I see you have a little dot here out in the middle of nowhere that says Hay Rock. So,
yeah.
So I guess my home would be kind of sort of like right here on your. Oh, why didn't that work? Oh, here we go. Kind of like in this direction, like right here.
Mm-hmm.
She like starts to scribble on your like map.
Mm-hmm.
And like this, whatever. She's like, so it's kind of like in that area. So like you see where Hay Rock is, and I'm like in the middle of this massive island that's like right here.
And I heard, and I'm just gonna ping this. Ballister is like over here, right?
Yes. Yep. It's kind of like up in this area
and there's a massive hole like somewhere.
Yes, there's a massive hole that was actually the party that I'm looking for actually made that happen.
Did he actually know about that though?
Oh yeah.
She do on the lost episodes of the Elora of Elora.
Yeah. Oh yeah, she do. So yeah, that's where I'm from. It's a town of mages and magic.
So people are very segregated in that and there.
Yes, very. Pretty much everybody kind of has their own area, and everybody kind of sticks to it until they get bored and want to venture, and then things happen that shouldn't.
All right. Well, now that we've covered all the major landmasses on the planet, and then I close my map.
Cool. You close it up with a bunch of scribbles on it now.
Wink.
And so now you are back here, and she's just so yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Well, this
I
is
guess
good
I'll
talk.
Yeah. Well, if you have me, I will tag along for now.
Mm-hmm.
And
I would like to make an insight check on her.
Please do. What are you inciting? What are you trying to insight?
I just want to know what the vibe is.
Okay.
I just want to know.
What's her vibe? Give me that insight.
Vibe? That is a 12.
Perfect. With a 12, she seems to be a little like quirky, mysterious, but fairly forthcoming to you with everything she's speaking about.
Man, that natural 20 would have really come in handy.
It sure would have. Hey, Peter, quick question above the board. Did you ever send me her sheet?
I thought I did.
Was it through email?
Probably. I can resend it through Facebook.
That would be fantastic.
Yeah. Yeah, and you can just like whisper any questions you may have.
Cool.
Or Facebook message.
Cool, because I've definitely had all this in my head, and then I had a baby. So
I know. Congrats on the baby, everybody. That's
Congratulations! Now get your head in the game.
Congratulations.
Much appreciated. Much appreciated.
It is not Corona 9.
You baby maker.
I know.
There we go.
Someday he'll be in D&D too.
And the rest of us didn't have a baby.
Happy not a Father's Day.
I'm so excited.
Every day of the year that's not Father's Day.
Right?
It's every day.
Every day.
Okay. Yeah.
So while you do that, I'll let you get that. You guys are just basically talking in the corner. If anything else comes up that you want to talk about, feel free. Vilgax, you were in the back getting your wounds taped up. She's
Yeah.
healing you.
Am I
with
done?
Wounds. You can. Yep. At this point, she has patched you up, and your health is back full. And she just says, "Is there anything else I can help you with?"
Maybe one thing.
Yeah, certainly. What can I do for you?
Is there a fire exit to this place?
Excuse me, a what?
Emergency exit.
I mean, we have a front door and we have a back door.
Haha.
Perfect. Thank you. I'm gonna just brush past medic person and
she
walk
kind of
back
just,
up to the rest of the party.
She like shakes her head and starts putting stuff away that she was, fixing you up with. And as you walk through the group of like soldiers and such, you get a sense of there's a lot of like human race here, with a little bit of a couple different races sprinkled in and out, but mostly what looks like to be humans.
Okay.
As you walk through, Grim, Dak takes you off to a back room of this place, and once he gets in there, he's as he closes the door, he goes. There's a loud like bang outside, and there's people kind of like just doing a whole bunch of shit, and he's like, this isn't the right place. Here, follow me. And he takes you out the back of this outpost, and towards the back, as you guys are walking on a path, you see behind this one, as it's closer to the sea, you see a hill or a mountain like structure, with a large boulder, like circle boulder out front, with two guards standing at it. And he says, open the door. And you guys, let me take you there. Go through a little tunnel, and there is another fortress inside this mountain.
Secret fortress.
Ooh,
A bit of
scary.
a secret fortress, if you will. So then Dax yells out, "I need everybody outside. I need this for a while." And takes everybody out. Everybody walks out the front door. So now you have the inside. Oops, damn it. Nope, damn it. What am I doing here?
I don't
So
know.
now
I'll
you
help.
Now you have this whole place to your guys' selves.
So, all right, Grimmelberg asked Dak, how do you remember our last meeting? Because last I remember, you were dead, everybody else in the company was dead, and I was on the verge of death. And now you're not dead, I'm not dead, and then I have this for a hand.
So, as you guys walk down, and you guys are sitting in a couple chairs, having a beer together, as he pulls one out, and you start explaining this to him, and you immediately, as he's about to open his mouth, when you say, "How do you remember our last thing?" and you pull out this undead hand, and he just like stares at it for a second and goes, "Wow, you've been through some shit. Where the hell did you get that from?"
Well, I was hoping you could give me some enlightenment on that issue because I didn't have it the last time I saw you. I thought you were dead, and then I had it the next time I came to. And it seems like try to whisper into my mind to influence me.
You heard my voice in your mind influencing you?
I don't think it was yours. No.
Okay. I was gonna say, because that means somebody else is. Are you trying to sneak in? I assume.
No, oh, sorry, I didn't know it was posting to the chat.
Oh, gotcha.
What
gotcha.
8 stealth? What in the world?
Awesome. So So, Grim, I've only been here for a couple months. I figured this was the best place for me, that my best knowledge. So, as far as I thought you were dead, Grim. We were in, as you know, we were in the battle, our last battle, and from what I recall, you were slain by the necromancer, and then everything vanished and disappeared, and it was just me and you. And then
Everybody's got their phones on today.
and then I tried to revive you and resuscitate you, but these old orc hands couldn't do that. And then all I remember is getting a large pain in the back of my head, and everything went black. And I woke up in the middle of nowhere in a jungle that I must have been trekking through for days. Months, actually. And when I got to a town of... I ended up in a town called Javera. And I have no recollection of anything else that happened prior in that battle. I traveled through Benfala. I met some people, told me that I looked like a sellsword, if you will, or a mercenary, and that I could probably do some good down here in the islands, because I couldn't seem to remember much. And when I got here, I just feel like I'm in my element. And, I can't do much with these old bones anymore. As you can tell, I'm scarred and burned, but I do still have a very keen mind. I mean, I trained you, and you're still alive somehow. What? I thought you were dead, my friend.
Part of him's alive.
Well,
and now
it may well have been dead, or at least very close, because some kind of necromantic ritual is happening on me here, and I'm unsure about it. Like, I've been asking around, like I asked at Strixhaven about it, what they know, but from what you're telling me now, I think we may need to pursue somebody who would be able to detect like a memory charm, because neither of our memories seem to be very clear of the event.
You're right. To be honest, I figured I would never remember, and I was just going to live my life out here. But now that you're here, how did you even get here? How did you find out about this place?
It's a long story, Deck Daddy, but if you got time, I can sit down and tell you over like 20 or 30 beers.
There's the old Grim, loving those beers. By all means, I think we should catch up. And you guys are going to go off and do the thing and catch up with some more beers in this place, as this place is stacked full of beers. As while that happens, we'll go back to the outpost for the rest of you. So you guys did see Dak and Grim walk off to the back. Vilgax, you kind of caught your eye as he walked out the back, and as they left. So now you guys are here. What would you guys like to do? You guys are in an army camp. You guys arrived. You've talked to the top generals. You can kind of see some of the soldiers with Visor and Tyleria gearing up for their watch part or their scout party that he was sending them out on. Is there anything you guys want to do here?
Yep. So I'm gonna walk over this way. And then I'm gonna turn to Chick.
Yep.
And put my hand out and just say, so, I trust you for anything, or should we just settle this now? because you're supposed to be coming with us as a representative from the camp.
Talking to Tyleria?
Yeah.
Or Cat? Tyleria, gotcha. So she kind of like walks by and you like stop her and she goes, and you're still in your pirate lady form, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. She goes, listen, ma'am, I don't have any quarrels with you. Visor, for whatever reason, doesn't like you. I am trustworthy. I know I'm just the second in command in his command, but really, you know who the brains behind all this is. It's me. So, yes, you can trust me. When have I ever stirred you guys? I just met you the other day, so.
Yeah,
Besides-
that whole meeting was a great thing for me. Remember getting stabbed about 14 times.
I'm not gonna lie, that was. I know. That was weird a little bit, but you did piss him off. So, what are you gonna do?
I'm just trying to ask you, as a person representative,
Yes.
do you think that was warranted?
When you've come from where we've come from, and everything that we've seen, yes, absolutely warranted.
Unsurprising that when all you know is war, you wanted to start stabbing things.
You weren't necessarily nice and forthcoming either, so.
Not like I drew a blade.
What's that?
Not like I drew a blade.
You drew a blade?
Not like I drew a blade.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, because
No,
his
but-
blades are corked right now too,
Yeah,
which is
yeah.
hilarious.
No,
It is
they're
what it
not.
is.
They tried
Well,
to do that.
they tried, and yeah, so.
They're not.
As far
I
as
got
you
my
guys
book
know,
of
they're
blades.
corked. As far as you guys know, they're corked. So when you say that you didn't draw the blade, and says no, but your mouth was just as bad.
Sometimes the tongue is sharper than the sword.
Can be. It definitely can be. So, if you are gonna talk shit, be prepared to get hit.
Talk shit, get hit.
I just want to make sure we don't have a problem here. Because when we're out in the field with us, you command group, and the group commands you. And that's the order of events.
Oh, I know. Well, I think I'm gonna go with Visor and his scout party anyway. So you guys can do your thing.
Sounds like a plan to me.
And I would love for this to, not be so hostile, but I'm gonna leave that up to you.
Oh, I'm completely docile. Just next time anybody hits me, I'm gonna hit back.
Okay.
I can hit pretty hard.
You look. I'm not gonna put it past you. I can tell that you've been through a lot just by looking at you, and you can more than hold your own, which means you'll do fine here. Just the mouth. Might want to keep it in check just for a little bit.
So I'm gonna like stick out my hand for a handshake. Right?
She'll reach out as you do that.
Right, and just like accidentally pop up my arm blade for a second, be like, oh, sorry about that.
So as she goes in and reaches, and it pops out, it does like prick the tip of her finger, and like a drop of blood falls, and she laughs and says, "Yeah, you and I, we're very similar. I think you're gonna do just fine." And secretly, I loved what you said to him. So, and she like leans in to whisper to you. She's like, "I'm more or less telling you to keep your mouth in check, just as a courtesy, but to be honest, that was awesome." So, and then she reaches out to shake your hand.
All right, so I'll shake her hand and then I'll fuck off over here by Yotur and Ket.
Okay. And she walks off to find Visor and the rest of the scout party. So the four of you are now standing here as Vilgax comes walking up. Is there anything you guys are discussing at this point, or are you just kind of like banter or whatnot?
Well, when Vilgax walks in, Yotur will be like,
Who's the third one up here?
That's Rom.
Oh,
That's Rom.
Okay.
Can you not see his name?
Uh-uh.
Oh, weird.
I think Yoder's covering it.
Gotcha. Yeah, that's Rom. Now it's you, Ket, Rom, and Yotur.
All right, so I'll walk up then.
Mm-hmm.
So, are we waiting for the day, or should we just get started? I'm feeling fit as ever.
Well, I think we're waiting for Grimmelberg. He disappeared somewhere with that old orc. Nice.
So as you guys are talking, Grim, you walked out of the building to start a boulder contest?
Yes.
All right, cool.
He's
we
just
can
telling you how
certainly do
old
that.
he is. He can't do anything with his hands. Like, oh, throw giant rocks.
So, yeah, we'll do that in 1 second. That'll be fun. Anyway, the four of you are discussing. Yotur, go ahead.
Oh, what was I saying? I guess I was just saying we were waiting for Grim. I guess to speak of the devil, he appears.
So with that, you guys are talking, and you guys hear like this huge, a huge rock hitting the side of a building and to the corner, because the first throw of with the guard comes out as you like pick up the boulder. And he says, "Hey, what are you doing, Grim?" And sorry, not your name, but hey, what are you doing? As you go to pick it up, as you go to throw it, he tries to hit your arm, and the errant throw hits the corner of the building back here. So you guys hear a big thud in the back, and all of the soldiers kind of get quiet. And Vincent stands up and says, "What the hell was that?" And he starts walking out the back to see you guys standing there. He says, "Who did it? Who threw that? Where are they?"
This is a fairly normal practice, right? I don't. We're in a military camp. You'd think that you'd hear a lot more banging.
Not against the buildings.
Grim comes forth and says, "It was me. He hit my arm when I was trying to throw the boulder. It's just a little bit of sport."
Oh, excuse me. I thought we were under attack. So I was not hoping, but checking to see if there was that.
Wait, so we're throwing things against the building, and then I just put my hands up.
I'm gonna go back in and keep talking to General Number 2. If you guys want to play sport, by all means, play sports. Just don't hurt yourself. And
I got 50 gold that says I throw further than any man here.
I got 50 gold that I throw this blast at that boulder before it hits that wall.
Just don't break anything. Don't break my building. And he walks back in. And sure, who wants to participate in a boulder throwing competition?
I provided what I would bring to the table.
So I'm going to take you to a clearing that's going to look like grass, but it's going to be more like dirt and gravel. Give me 2 seconds. Where the hell is it? Here we go. So. I did not have this set up for a rock throwing competition.
I mean, you didn't expect things to get giant rocks to get thrown around for no reason?
For somebody crying about getting to the military place for so long, throwing rocks is like prime for what we should be doing.
Yeah. I kind of thought it would just be like a quickie little 5-minute thing.
Why is his stupid token not showing up? That's weird as fuck.
I don't know. I am way too hungover to be playing D&D today.
Well, that's a
You're
bummer.
always hungover on Sunday.
And so far, never on time.
Not a single one.
Not
a single
once.
day.
Oh, that's why it's not showing up. That's right, because I fucked this one up. Give me a second.
No. The audacity.
There we
How
go. There
dare
you all
you.
are.
Hey, it's us.
Hey, it's people.
So, you guys are going to waste time with a boulder throwing contest. Love
Absolutely.
it, love it, love it. All right, so, so
Well, Grim's drunk, so
this is true.
course
So,
he's gonna do
Grim, you're in. These two guards are like, I'll take you up on that 50 gold. This will be fun. Dax just kind of like, let's see what you got, Grim. Let's see if you're just as good as you used to be. Anybody else want to take part in this?
I will.
Perfect. Anybody else? And Ket's just like shaking her head like, I have other better things to do, but sure, we'll let you knuckleheads throw some fucking rocks around. So everybody gather your fucking boulder.
I go up next to Cat and just go, boys, am I right?
Oh my gosh, these guys are as bad as the other two guys that were in our party. Actually, they were actually probably better, but yeah, boys. Literally boys. So, everybody grab a d20.
I'm going to prestidigitate a rock that looks like a boulder.
Perfect. So you kind of like see. Give me a sleight of hand check.
Absolutely.
And say you're just gonna be like rock in my hands out of like nowhere.
So it's like a
Like
little
what?
6-ounce rock. There's
What's my sleight of hand? +5. That's a 17.
Perfect.
It's gonna be like these huge like paper mache rocks. Like, wow.
Graham, go ahead and give me a. What would that be? What is that?
athletics.
Nope. First would be. Are you paying attention to anybody around you, or are you just going to get your boulder? I guess I should ask first.
Grim's
Just
also
getting the
drunk.
boulder.
Perfect.
Also
Like a good 20-pounder.
Perfect. So I'm going to roll. Yeah, he didn't fucking see it. All right. So the four of you now have a boulder. And
That's a nice boulder.
that's a nice boulder. It's not a boulder.
It's a rock.
It's a rock.
The pioneers used to ride these babies for miles.
So with
I
that,
hope you get unlucky and like a gust of wind blows your rock back, and everyone gets suspicious.
so Rom Grim rolled straight d20 for. We're gonna see who goes first.
Roll for boulder.
Roll for boulder.
I don't have the lucky trait, do I?
I just took it.
Wow. Apparently I tripped and dropped the rock or something because I'm drunk. It makes sense.
What'd you get, Rom?
So I'm not going to throw my boulder. I'm gonna throw an Eldritch Blast at his rock.
That's fair. Just give me the. Just give me your. Just roll a d20 for me, just for shits and giggles.
Okay. There's fun. It's a natural 1.
Perfect.
Wow.
Actually, that actually works perfectly. That is hilarious. All right.
Oh boy.
Gotta love it. Gotta love it. All right. So the first to go, Dak's like, all right, I guess I'll referee this fucking competition. This will be fun. Soldier 1, you're first. So the first guy is going to go ahead and try to throw his rock, and for everything, anything above a 10, it's going to get an extra 5 feet. So he takes this rock, a nice boulder. It's a human-looking guy. He's like half the size of Grim, but his legs are nice and stocky and big. So he picks up the boulder and he grunts, and it goes a whole 5 feet in front of him. The boulder itself they all weigh about 15 pounds.
Oh, okay. That makes more sense. See, like when I think of boulder in my head, it's like fucking massive.
Yeah, so these are giant rocks, basically, that weigh about 15 pounds. So
I
he
guess
takes it.
stone would be the term.
Right. So he like does this little squat and tries to like like kind of like those strongmans. Have you ever seen those like strongman competitions where they're chucking barrels or some shit? So he just tries to throw it, and it goes about 5 feet, like basically right in front of him. Not
Sounds
very
about right.
impressive.
Ugh.
Now the next guy goes.
Like, who's seen Braveheart? That's what I have in mind.
I have.
They may take our lives, but they'll never
So-
take our freedom.
This little guy, the picture doesn't do it justice, but he's bigger than the first one who threw it, and he takes the same 15-pound boulder and he does it like a circle and chucks it out, and it goes 8 feet out in front of him, just in front of the other one. So it goes about right here, and he goes, "Yes, suck it, bitch!" And Grim is kind of like stumbling around, and he's all right, Grim. Let's see what you got. Now give me an athletics roll, Grim.
Yeah, that was
With-
my question. Normally these don't like all throw the same thing. So Rob's like, I brought my own.
19.
19. So Grim, you take this, and as you go, and Rom, you can do your thing. So as Grim goes, he does like a kind of like stumbling around, but Grim being stocky, big old dragonborn, goes and throws his boulder up in the air, and as he releases it, it looks like it's an amazing throw, a fantastic throw, and it looks like it's about to go very far. And as Grim's smiling from ear to ear, laughing because he knows he's got these two guys beat, in front of him, all of a sudden, your boulder gets hit with a flash and explodes into a million different little pieces before it even gets 5 feet out in front of you.
So we count the farthest away piece, right?
Is that how it works?
Grim, what'd you do? You lost, buddy.
Are you sure? I think part of my rock is down over there.
I didn't see it. You blew it up. What are you gonna do?
I'm pretty sure somebody else blew it up. I don't know how to do that.
And Rom is just laughing in the background. But all right, let's see what you got over there. You want to toss yours?
What am I rolling?
So you're gonna roll athletics with advantage, because you're throwing your little stone.
What's the advantage roll? It's I don't know how to do that on here.
And add your
I'm just
proficiency
gonna-
bonus too.
I'm just gonna do my my thingy. So 17 plus.
Add your proficiency bonus too, because you're throwing a tiny ass little stone that looks like a massive boulder.
20.
20 it is. So Rom, how big is Rom again? He's not like tiny, but he's not like huge,
He's
right?
like 6 something.
Okay.
He's a thick boy.
He's a thick boy, so with this boulder, he looks like he's effortlessly carrying this, 15-pound boulder everywhere. Like the other two guys were struggling a little bit. Grim, you make it look easy because you're in that big old dragonborn, but he even looks like he's handling this rock easier. And he takes it and he throws it, and it goes 10 feet out in front of him, as it goes farther than any of the other stones. And Dak declares,
While it's
Rom,
midair, I throw my acid breath at it.
Sure, give me an attack roll.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see. Just like a flat 20 or because it's like a evasion thing for all the breath weapons.
It is. So give me your unarmed strike with it. We'll see what happens.
All right. $19.
So as you throw what looks like this big boulder, it goes out and you chuck it, and even with a 19, it starts to go. It gets 10 feet out and it's still in the air, right? And it looks like it's still flying. And all of a sudden you see acid shoot up from next to you out to the rock, and it looks like as soon as it hits this massive looking boulder, your prestidigitation falls, and a tiny little stone is flying through the air, and it lands about 20 feet out.
Mm-hmm.
So, Grim, from what you see, it looks like you've destroyed this boulder with the tiny little stone still flying 20 feet out.
Well, I believe that doesn't count.
I don't know. I guess we'll have to go to the judge. You have a tiny rock. I don't have a rock. I guess that guy wins.
Yeah.
Oh, you guys are something else, aren't you? Yeah, this was fun. Yeah. Soldier 2 is gonna win.
I applaud him and take a drink of my flask and go, well, look at the time. I should probably, do important
His
things.
mom broke and trying to bail out on his debt.
Pay up.
Oh, I
Rib.
did. Yeah. I did that. I thought I did that already.
You did. You gave it to, but Grim, you tried to sneak away because you thought you were going to win. You hadn't paid your duty yet to Dax, so Dax holding out his hand to 50 gold, buddy. Maybe next time you'll do a little better.
Well, may as well just keep drinking free beer then.
Wait, the beer's free?
For me.
And you pay him the 50 gold. Go ahead and take 50 gold out. He gives it to the other guy, and he's doing this little dance. He's like, fuck all of you. I knew I was stronger than all of you.
So Vilgax wants to walk up to Dak and go, as long as you boys are having your day, is there a weaponsmith here in town?
Oh, certainly. Depends on what you're looking for. We pretty much use regular weapons here. So if you're looking for swords, axes, maces, bows.
Out of character, I want to try and get a +1 on my arm blades.
Another +1?
I don't have a +1 now.
Remember, you got your javelin, your upgraded javelins from before. So they're arm blade javelins instead of arm blade daggers. So you already got an upgrade on them.
So another one?